Guy is going to be calling the Super Bowl, obviously, and then he's going right into the Olympics. And then, oh yeah, every human on earth is going to hear him and see him. And how's he going to handle it? Perfectly. Smoothest guy on television. I have no idea how he's capable of calling every single thing that he does. He can host a talk show while calling speed walking, then a primetime football game, give you the most energy and juice, and then wake up in the morning and break down an entire political affair if he had to. One of the greatest on the mic ever. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Tirico.
Yeah,
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah.
Morning, boys. How we doing?
Hey, no
How good was Jimmy?
Dude, 82.
Oh, my God.
He's 82 years old.
I'm like, blow past me. Keep going with Jimmy. I don't care what I have to say. This is too good.
Well, that's interesting that you say that because in my mind, I was thinking we got Jimmy Johnson and Mike Tirico in the same hour.
Yeah,
somehow.
please.
We are so thankful.
Yeah.
You need to know that's how we view you, brother. That intro that I just gave
Thank you.
I tried to hit you
I
with like
appreciate
a
it.
bevy, a bang, bang, boom, 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 because it's
You did.
real. You are incredibly smooth at what you do. What do you think is like your main focus or the reason why you're able to kind of be in any situation? Can I give you what I think it is?
Please, come on.
I think you listen. I think you're actually listening. So whenever you and Chris Collinsworth do the open where you talk about a team, he's giving an answer and you are always appearing to actually listen so that you can pivot off of what he says to go into something else. Whenever you host the Olympics, I think there's probably people that know more about the individual sports than you do. You listen to what they're saying. Are you always listening? Do you think that's your secret weapon? And why are you so confident in being able to do that as opposed to force shit that you want to get out?
I'm kind of glad that you said that. Thanks, because I do like to listen. I don't know stuff. I just kind of gather it and share it, and I love to hear what people think. And for me, listening is the number one tool in this business, even though we make a living talking. So I love that you picked that up. I do love to listen to people who are smarter than me. That's why I love listening to you guys. Can I just bring up something, by the way, Pat?
No.
You know I can't. You know I'm going to do it anyway. You know I'm a part of one of the great moments of McAfee on the field, right?
No, which one? Tackle.
The golf swing.
Oh, yes.
The golf swing in Charlotte, I believe. Panthers game.
Yeah, it was rain.
I blew you up for about 20 seconds, and you delivered with an inside the 5 punt and the golf swing. That was me. That's my first McAfee. That's my second. My first one was your first backyard brawl.
Oh, first one, freshman year. It was -10 or something like that.
That's exactly right. And Morgan, can you name the announcers for your first backyard brawl?
You and
all
Herbie.
People you know. Me, Herbie, Aaron Andrews.
Yes, because you guys were spending Thursdays with us. There was a little bit of a run on Thursday night on ESPN where we were kind of like the Thursday night special, I think. Yeah, we had the legendary crew back then. I forgot you were the play-by-play guy, though. That's kind of, hey, that's on me. That's how good you were. That's how good you were.
That's all right. Every time I see the golf swing in the little tees, the little open little thing it runs, I'm like, that was us. That was us on a Monday night. I remember that. And you delivered because I think I said something about how good you were pinning people, not just inside the 20, but inside the 10. And then you did it on cue. And then you gave us the celly. And yeah, so that's why I've always had McAfee real close to the heart the whole way.
Well, I want to let you know, me too. Yeah, put me over. I appreciate you doing that. It's very, very kind of you. That is abnormal, as you've come to realize with people in your position, and normally how I am. But let's talk about why I think you are also great, not only listening thing. You talked about putting me over for inside the 10. You seemingly are always prepared. And you pulled me aside. You were the only play-by-play guy that pulled me aside out of the networks and be like, hey, see, you're doing directional punting here. What are you trying to do? What is the aim? What is the target? It feels like you're always prepared. Do you do that with everything? Do you feel like you're naturally more inclined to do that? Do you feel comfortable doing that? And how much is that kind of different, you think, than what other people do?
I think everybody does it. I think our business has gotten a lot better in the 25, 30 years I've been doing it, just like kicking has gotten to become a science, just like doing shows like this have changed and evolved. I think we all do it in our own different ways. I've got a curiosity for special teams, so I want to learn more. And fortunately, you find out real quick that special teams coordinators and kickers and long snappers, they're like offensive linemen and defensive linemen. They may give you the best stuff of anybody, because everybody comes to talk to the quarterback, right? Everyone comes to talk to the star receiver. Everyone comes to talk to the sack guy. But when you talk to the meat and potatoes people, they tell you everything. And I've always found that to be the most interesting and enjoyable conversation. So I didn't know much about kicking or special teams, so I started to take an interest in it and talk to guys like you and coordinators around the league. I love doing that, and that's fun for me. So I love to dig and find stuff, but this job isn't that hard. We all kind of do the same thing in different ways. And I love the fact that our part of the business has never been better. More good people doing great work on a regular basis. And it's just a nice time to be doing this.
Yeah, but there are separators, brother, and you're certainly one of the one that separates
Yeah,
yourself.
you're nice.
Well, it's an enjoyable viewing experience. How much are you thinking about that while you're calling it, and how much are you trying to read like the moment? Because obviously we saw a game winner. I forget which one was most recent. Maybe Chicago, Caleb.
Yeah.
That Caleb call with that play, you lose your mind. And it's like everybody else is also losing their mind. But you also don't go over the top and sound like caricature-y. It feels like you have a great sense of feel. How much are you thinking about that for people at home, or is that your natural reactions that are taking place?
I appreciate you saying that. That means a lot. It's still fun for me. I'm still a fan. Like I still like to go to games. We live in Michigan. I go to some Detroit Tigers games. I don't cover baseball. I love going in a ball cap and having a beer and still being a fan. And when I'm in the booth, I'm play-by-play guy, journalist, but we're still there as fans, and that's what I love about being with Chris. Like I love hearing a great play after a great play. Collinsworth laugh, stop it, right? We both love the game, right? And I'm still into the game now. I'm not a fan of a team. I'm a fan of the game, and I love when people make big plays. And I think Pat, like our business has changed a little bit. People now want you to be in there with them and excited and be in the moment. So like I'm right there with you. When Caleb Williams makes that play, it's like there's no way he can throw the ball that far backpedaling, and he does. What are you going to say? Touchdown? Like, oh, that's like amazing, right? So if in any way it's being genuine, I've stopped thinking about how is it going to sound and just try to do it and just try to react the way I would when I'm sitting at home watching the game on TV. So if that comes across, look, you got 1,000 things at your thumb to go watch, right? You can go watch some show on Netflix. You can watch something on Peacock. You can watch something on Hulu. We have to be, and you guys are the kings of this. We got a little fun and be entertaining along the way. So if you feel like you're along for the ride with us, then we're doing the right job.
Yeah, Mike, I know you have a huge Super Bowl Sunday coming up on the horizon. Can you explain a little bit what your day is going to look like, obviously before, during, and then after the game? I know you have plenty of work that day and going to be on TV a little bit.
Well, one of the cool parts, AJ, that I can't wait for, it sounds crazy, is I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night and see if Lindsey Vonn can win the downhill. Because the women's downhill is like, I think it's 4:30 in the morning, West Coast time. But I'm waking up because if that happens, that might be the greatest thing that's ever happened in the Olympics. And it sounds stupid to say that until you start thinking about it's 16 years after she started competing. She's 41. She has a titanium knee. 4 years ago, she was on the set with me at the Super Bowl at SoFi talking about the Olympics. And then she was working as a commentator for us on the Beijing games. And now she's back and she's winning. And if she comes back and does this with a titanium knee, it's one of the greatest things we've ever seen at the Olympics. So I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night, watch that, get to the stadium, obviously do the game, hang with Chris the whole afternoon, soak up every second of my first Super Bowl to call. And then as soon as the game's done, go right down to the field and be a part of the Olympic primetime show. We're going to host the Olympic primetime show from the stadium. So as the confetti's on the field and people are reuniting with families and all that, we're going to do our primetime show, which is the best of what happened that day at the Olympics. And maybe it's Lindsey Vonn winning gold. Maybe it's something else from figure skating. But we're going to do that right afterwards. And then when we're done with that, hop on the plane to Italy and be there for the last 13 days of the game. So it's going to be a cool Super Sunday. I keep thinking about it. And the closer it gets, it still doesn't feel real. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah. Don't get nervous out there, Tirico. Don't get nervous out there. First Super Bowl. Don't get nervous. What is the thought of something that vast? And what are the Olympic numbers? Because I know we all watch. Everybody does. But what are like kind of the numbers you're about to head into here?
Yeah, the numbers are in the 20s on a regular basis for primetime Olympics. But like are you going to do a different show if you know the audience is 50, 80 times? No, you're a guy who knows if I'm just myself, then that's what I need to do. I'm not going to sit there and go, oh my God, Chris, 120 million people are watching. Don't screw up. I just kind of talk to people. There's the only person I'm thinking of on the other side of the camera is my mom. My mom's sitting home. She watches every game. She's sitting on her couch watching the Super Bowl. I talk to one person. I always tell young people along the way. So I got to take my own advice, I guess, at some point. Like if you're anxious or there's more adrenaline flowing, which there will be, until you get that first hit, until you call that first play, you're going to be thinking it in your head, unless you just kind of just chill and just say, talking to one person. So look, the audience numbers are great. We were doing 52 million at the end of the Bears-Rams game. It didn't affect for 1 second what either one of us said. I think maybe you're just more prepared, more careful, but I don't worry about the numbers. I hope we break a record. I hope next year at Joe and Troy and the ABC ESPN show breaks a record. The more people in the football tent, the better off we all are, man. And I think Football Nation has proven that this year for sure.
Good for ball. You're great for ball, but you're great for sport as a whole. Ty has a question for you about that.
Yeah, Mike, you just mentioned how no one's really had a month like this. Like, do you even get time to really like catch your breath? You go from the NFL season to the Super Bowl to the Olympics. We know you're doing stuff with the NBA now. I know you said you don't do baseball, but I believe NBC just got like a Sunday night baseball package. So
guess what?
Yeah, maybe keep your summer open. And Pat talked about your preparation. Like, so I don't think you can really kind of just turn your brain off during the week. Like, do you get a chance to kind of just sit back and relax, or is it kind of always preparing for the next thing because it seems like you work nonstop?
This was my half hour, and you guys screwed it up.
Hell yeah.
So thanks. I appreciate that.
Hell yeah. We're not going to be a part of your rest. If you want us all just to chill, we'll take a nap with you. Yeah, sleep with Tirico. Okay, that's what we'll do.
That'd be great. Come have a salad with me. Ty, this week, honestly, I've hunkered down at home, and I'm just doing prep stuff for all three events because we've got the Lakers and the Knicks on Sunday. We start our Sunday night basketball. So like Sunday night football's over. Now it's going to be Sunday night basketball until the playoffs end for us in late May. And then it's going to be Sunday night baseball on NBC. So like every Sunday night, we got some big game on the network. So being a part of that is really cool and fun. So I've prepared for Lakers Knicks, then doing some time on, like today is the Seahawks offense for me. I did the Seahawks defense yesterday. I'll do Pat's defense and Pat's offense the next 2 days. And just try and plan it out and all that stuff and Olympic stuff along the way. So I can't go on the air and tell you that I know exactly what you need to do in the bobsled or the luge or the skeleton, but we have people who do know. So you read about it, you ask them a question or two as a curious person, and you just try to bring it home to TV. Like I said, like we're not.
They ever put your ass in there? You ever do any of these things? They ever throw you in that bobsled?
No, I've curled. Have you done curling before?
I've seen it, obviously. I loved when Curling Maddie Hamilton took down,
AJ, did you ever go in Green Bay? Because that Green Bay curling club was right across from where you guys practice.
Yeah, there is a Green Bay curling club. A known player on the squad actually got drunk and got a concussion curling at one point in that club. So
No.
Yeah.
Curling is dangerous, bro.
Yeah.
It's Pat. You should take the whole Thunderdome to a curling. There's got to be a curling club in Indy. You got to take the whole group.
I think there is one up here because whenever Curling Maddie Hamilton and the boys were doing it, we certainly got all in. And we have a Canadian here in Gumpy, so whenever we beat them in curling, we really wanted to kind of hammer home that the hammer is really ours.
The hammer.
Yeah, so I love curling. I've never. How were you? Were you good at it? Were you a good one of these?
I was good at that. I was a very good sweeper.
What's been your favorite part of it, and have you seen the reaction of it kind of being that one long interview being chopped up? What's kind of that whole that's a big question, but what you got for me, Mike?
No problem. A lot of people thought it was going to be something that we never said it was going to be, which is fine because that's the way things happen.
That was us. That was us. Yeah, that was us. That was 100% on. We were a part of that group too. Yes, we're saying.
I was trying to be passive aggressive there.
Yeah, I heard you. We heard it. Yeah, we heard it. We owned it. Accountability.
No, listen. So of course, Michael, anytime he talks about basketball, is going to make people stop and listen. Michael's above the day-to-day, hey, Shams said Giannis is going to be on the trade block. That's not Michael Jordan, right? Come on. So Michael was interested in doing this because of his connection and legacy with NBC. If Michael's going to do anything, it's going to be different and special. Michael's not going to throw himself into the ring to be one of the 7 or 8 guys making comments. That's not who MJ was, is, or probably will be. So the chance to go down and get Michael really wanted to talk about where the game is and where it's going. And he had some feelings about that he has not expressed publicly. And as I said, look, of course we do that, right? And the thing is, every time we do roll out a new piece of it, people are like, oh, Michael said this. This is interesting. And talked about it.
Clip.
So it makes sense. So hanging with Michael is just so cool and so normal. And just talking about his NASCAR team, talking about the NBA, talking about those Bulls days, talking about TV stuff. It's just, there are very few people who you're around and you go, this is really cool. And that's still the way it is when you're around Michael. He's a pretty special dude.
That's how we felt with you last 25 minutes. So we appreciate the hell out
Stop
of you,
it.
man. The GOAT
Thank you, bud.
on a microphone, potentially, when it's all said and done. Hey, Bill Belichick didn't get voted in. Do you have a vote? Are you going to stick up for your Syracuse grads that did the voting?
I don't think any Syracuse grads are on. I got to check the list. Yeah, that's wrong. Like everybody said on the show today, how do you not have a Bill Belichick as a first ballot Hall of Famer? If you want to go to Spygate, that's fine. There's such a body of work above that. And like Jimmy said, I thought Pat, that they have people on there who have played or have been a part of the game. It's not just media members. I didn't think something like that would happen. I assume it's true. Nobody's confirmed it from the Hall of Fame side yet, but
That's true.
Yeah.
That is something. They did pivot and be like, nope, it was never.
I did go to Syracuse. I'm a journalist, so I do have to point that out just to keep my journalism card. There we go.
Yeah,
but it's not right. Like the guy should be in there. He's as good as it gets when it comes to coaching in the history of this league. Period. End of statement. And that's not an arguable fact.
We can't wait for you to get into all the Hall of Fames that you get into, Paisan. We appreciate the hell out of you.
Great.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you, boys. Appreciate you.
Grazie.
Go, go.